Hello, good morning, students, and have a nice day today. In the connection of the General English regarding comprehension passage, I am going to teach you the important lesson of today. The name of the topic is Vision 2020. Its relevance. आज के संदर्भ में अब्दुल कलाम का ये है चैप्टर काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट है. विजन 2020 द करेंट ईयर पासिंग थ्रू ए वेरी टेस्टिंग टाइम. आई एम डॉक्टर एस आर भार्गव, एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंग्लिश. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, आई इंट्रोड्यूस यू द फॉर्मर प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, a dynamic personality who is no more with us. He left us in 2015. His full name was Abul Pakir Zainul Abidin Abdul Kalam, born 15 October 1931 and he died 27 July 2015. He was an Indian aerospace scientist, politician who served as the 11th President of India from 2000 to 2007. He was born and raised in Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu and studied physics and aerospace engineering. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and science administrator, mainly at the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) and Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO), and was intimately involved in India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. अब्दुल कलाम को एक मिसाइल मैन भी कहा जाता है. He thus came to be known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He also played a pivotal organizational, technical and political role of India's Pokhran second nuclear test in 1998, the first since the original nuclear test by India in 1974. परमाणु विस्फोट जो 1974 में पोखरण में हुआ था, उनकी देखरेख में हुआ. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the legendary missile man, had a vision for India. He strongly advocated 2 main points: education and information technology. These 2 things, education and information technology, these 2 articles, 2 things play the major role in this essay. Kalam writes that education is the most important element for growth and prosperity of a nation. He writes that education is the most important element for growth and prosperity of a nation. In India, this process of transforming itself into a developed nation by 2020. Yet we have 350 million people who need literacy and many more that have to acquire employable skills to suit the emerging modern India and the globe. Theme of the essay. In his book India 2020, Kalam strongly advocates an action plan to develop India into a strong nation by the year 2020. He regards the nation as a knowledge superpower and developed nation. The book describes the present and future scenario in India and developed countries. Education is the most important element for growth and prosperity of a nation. We should use technology for this important social purpose. It is essential that we enlighten and create widespread awareness of education among all sections of society, particularly in rural areas and among the urban poor. It is possible for NGOs, other social and philanthropic institutions, that the media to focus on this area of creating awareness. We should also mobilize necessary resources for providing education to the underprivileged people. Every school should have basic amenities such as good building equipped with ventilation and lighting. अब्दुल कलाम ने स्कूल की शिक्षा जिसमें अच्छी हवा, अच्छा वातावरण, क्लासरूम पे जोर दिया. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. The rooms should be airy and have spacious classrooms. The school should have a library, laboratories including the latest information technology, tools and infrastructure, safe drinking water, clean toilets and a playground. This is possible by making the additional 2 to 3% of GDP. There is need for working digital library system that alone can, in the long run, provide the kind of access required for a knowledge society. Technology enhanced learning is a solution. It attempts to exploit the rapid developments in information and communication technology. APJ Abdul Kalam, besides education, also focused on technology, information technology. As the communication bandwidth continues, he betted for technology. Enhanced learning will become an economically viable solution. Abdul Kalam also focused on virtual classrooms. Today, as the lockdown is passing on, virtual classes, virtual seminars, virtual conferences have become essential part of our life. He also focused on virtual classrooms. From many locations taught by a team of geographically distributed instructors through the tele-education delivery system. Just as in VC, video conferencing, in digital webinars, seminars, the people are not able to go to distant places. They join on their screen, on smartphone, on a projector and participate in the conference. Virtual classrooms, at the same time the students scattered everywhere come closer to that place and get education. In the essay, we have seen in the beginning that Vision 2020, although APJ Kalam is no more with us, but he had foreseen that by the end of 2020, India will be a superpower. He expected a lot of things for India. He thought, he had a vision that India would have a supreme power, superpower among the developed countries of the world regarding technology, education, GDP and other industrial sectors. Although his outlook was very positive, yet the circumstances not only of the world but also of India has been passing through a very critical, crucial time, and India is no more doubted that it's near to developed countries, but we have so many problems, challenges which are to be faced now. He remained a scientist, he remained a learner, he remained a discoverer of ballistic missile of the necessity of today. When India tested a nuclear test in Pokhran in 1974, Abdul Kalam played a very active role in that project. He strongly attached to ISRO, DRDO, which are known as the largest organizations of space and technology. Today we have BrahMos missile, Agni missile, Prithvi missile, Nag missile. These are the products of APJ Abdul Kalam, no doubt. He worked very hard. He lived a very simple life. He never had a proud nature. He focused on the education, technology, while living a simple living, having high thinking. He was very worried, anxious about the 350 million people who are deprived of proper education, proper technology, and he focused on the skills which are necessary for getting employees in modern India. In this essay, Abdul Kalam tells that knowledge and developed nation which are complementary to each other, and it is the process of transforming itself into a developed nation by 2020. Transformation. He focused on the concept of transformation of India from illiteracy to literacy and from darkness to brightness. He also emphasized that the technology should be used not for war, battle, but for creative social purposes. He also advised the NGOs to use the resources for providing education to the underprivileged people. In this essay, he also focused on the school education. School education that has a strong foundation, but it should be supported, encouraged with the possible infrastructures, basic requirements, proper building with proper ventilation and facilities. The classrooms should be air conditioned or airy with spacious places. There should be proper library, laboratories with latest internet speed and proper technology, having proper infrastructure, safe drinking water, clean toilets and a playground for sports. He also focused on the digital library system. Digital library system because manually the students, the poor students, the students from rural background are not able to reach the proper library. So the digital working library should be used, provided to the underprivileged students who need them properly. He also focused on the telecommunications regarding the broadband services, technology, enhanced learning in which the people from weaker sections can utilize them. His emphasis on virtual classroom was very important. He taught that the teachers, the team of the teachers should provide education to the needy students with the connection in the form of digital classrooms so that every student should get proper education on their smartphones or on the screens of the computer. And lastly, conclusion. Nowadays, education and IT is on the right track. Also in India today, there are several mobile users and the level of education is also on the rise. Abdul Kalam says that today every person has a network of mobile. He has a proper smartphone he can utilize. Unfortunately, APJ Abdul Kalam is no more with us. Yet his dream of 2020 is going to be successful, fulfilled because IT, education and mobile technology have become a necessity for the people. Kalam's dream is going to be fulfilled very soon and the youths are playing a vital role in developing India. The dream of Kalam is going to be fulfilled very soon because the use of mobile, the data, the internet, technology start our life when we get up in the early morning and when we go to bed. We need internet, technology, data, technology, everything for our necessities. So, thanks students, you have heard the lesson, listened the lesson carefully and understood the purpose, motto of 2020 vision of India दिस ऐसे इज़ वेरी रेलेवेंट, रेलेवेंट इज़ वेरी प्रासंगिक। आज के दौर में ये ऐसी काफ़ी प्रासंगिक है। 2020 की परिस्थितियाँ, चाहे तकनीकी हो, चाहे युद्ध हो, चाहे जीडीपी हो, सभी में हम ड्रीम देखते हैं कि अब्दुल कलाम ने किस प्रकार से देखा। थैंक्स स्टूडेंट्स, थैंक्स।